So in my last video where I talk about how long you could last on a given air supply inside of an SUV, someone pointed out on Reddit that I got the volume inside the car wrong. So I looked into it and they were absolutely right. It looks like I think I found the volume that I used in the video was the cargo space behind the third row seat. So obviously that's a huge portion of the car we left out, which drastically changes our answer at the end of the video. So I can't remember the username of who pointed it out, but I'll post it in the description of this video. So I redid the math based on, I found the proper volume, the EPA interior volume of the 2015 Ford Explorer, and I redid the calculations based on that number. So, so the car actually, the correct volume of the car was 4,890 liters, which is obviously a heck of a lot bigger than whatever we had before, like 594 or something. So again, 20% oxygen gives us 978 liters, and our breath per minute stayed the same. So we just factored in our new numbers, and we ended up getting 39,120 breaths, which then we divide by 15 like we did in the video, and gives us 2,608 minutes, which turns into 43.4 hours. So that's just your raw number. Like that's how long you would last solely based on the depletion of oxygen. And that's assuming that the rate of consumption of oxygen is consistent throughout that entire time. You know, in real life, there may be instances where you would use less oxygen as less of it became available in the car, but just as a ballpark, we're assuming that it's constant. So 43.4 hours is our new number, which is, again, significantly different from what we originally got. And another thing that was incorrect was the amount of CO2 that was being added to the air. Again, since our liters was off for the volume of the car, that throws off how many parts per million because the volume changed. So I did the math with the new volume, came out with 4 parts per million per breath. This is times 15 is 60 parts per million of CO2 per minute. And then back up here, back to our last equation, just work through that again. 1,660 minutes, which gives us 27.7 hours, which is your final answer, rather than 3.32. So that's how long you could last before CO2 would become toxic. Obviously, it's a lot different, but it's just over 1 day. So I guess at the end of the video, I wasn't terribly wrong. I mean, a lot of my numbers were wrong. But it looks like Gus is still right. You couldn't last an entire weekend because it's not a full, if we're assuming just Saturday and Sunday is 48 hours, it's not a total weekend, but it is significantly different. And I hope I cleared that up. And I apologize for the inaccuracies of the last video. But that's the scientific process, you know? Always double and triple check your numbers and make sure you're getting numbers from reliable sources. And sometimes you just got to go back and change some things and, rework your work and make sure it's accurate. So I wanted to do that. So thanks for bearing with me. Thank you to the user who pointed out the incorrect volume, and I'll be sure to post your Reddit username in the description. Thanks for watching.